Hello, Ankit. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
I'm good too. Thank you. Wish you many, many happy returns of the day.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, can you tell us something about yourself?
Basically, I'm from Nagpur
Mm,
and my work location is Pune. I'm working in MNC, so my work location is Pune, and I
mm,
have 1.5 years of experience in testing domain, 1.5 years in automation testing, and 1 month in manual testing. And apart from that, I have my roles and responsibilities are like as per my experience. I need to develop the automated test scripts, need to execute it, and if any failures are found, need to report it by using a defect management tool, and need to tell it to that concerned person, and I need to maintain the test scripts in a given repository. And apart from that, I've even done certifications in ISTQB certification I've done, and rest assured certification. I have two certification of Selenium, both by Lambda test, and yeah, eggplant certification also. Yeah, that's it.
okay. Okay. Sounds great. So, can you tell us something about the automation framework that you are working on?
Yeah, so basically we are using Java as a programming language, and we are following hybrid framework. Hybrid framework in we are for data-driven approach. One source of data is coming from Excel file, and other is coming from config file. In config file, we are keeping basic data like username, ID, password, URL, and we are basically using a page object model as a design pattern. We have one utility package where we are like keeping all our common actions, Excel operations, like common kind of things now. So there we are keeping in that utility package. We have one test-based class. So that is like a parent class, you can say that. So where we are like from that class we are like launching the browser and sending URL and closing the browser, that kind of things means timeouts, all those kind of operation we are keeping in test based class. And we are using for reporting purpose we are using HTML reports, and for test script maintenance we are using we have like one repository which has been given by client, so there we are like keeping all our test scripts. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, how do you trigger your automation? How do you run your automation?
So from application only like Java, from only Java we are learning, but we will, but in future means we will getting means client have told like in future we will be getting one like tool from that we are where we will like making one module of all the test scripts, and we can like schedule the test script from that, like it's kind of pipeline only,
Mm,
like just pipeline only. Hmm.
Okay. Okay, so this is cool. If you get some DevOps integrated with your automation.
I, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, you were telling something?
Yeah, I know about DevOps means pipeline also, like how we can like able to trigger.
Hmm. So that will be very much useful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Um, okay, coming to the next question, how do you come to know that this particular test case should be automated, or this particular test scenario is a good candidate for automation?
So we get to know like we'll see like how the big the scenario is, and like if we are having like repeated kind of steps now, like which are like we are like doing same thing again and again, like means doing it manually means we can like miss some of the things, but like if we have automated such a big scenario, like doing it again and again will like reduce the time also now. So we pick according to that, means which can be automated, we pick according to that, like means the once the system is stable, and like according to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Now you have joined from laptop, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you write a Java program to print a diamond pattern?
Diamond pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me give you screen sharing rights.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah. Are you able to share your screen now? You can click on green button, share screen.
Yeah. Sharing.
Hmm.
Are you able to see?
Yes, screen is visible.
Open Notepad. I will just write the logic. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, just the high level logic is fine. No need to go for
Uh,
syntax or each and every.
mhm. I have to think. I will just write the logic first.
Mhm.
Suppose you have to print like one star here, like this.
Consider you have 5 rows, right? And
Uh-huh.
yeah, so in the first row, there will be 1 star. In the second row, there will be 2 stars. So on and so forth. In the fifth row, there will be five stars.
Like this, or like complete diamond.
Yeah,
Means,
complete diamond. Yeah,
means
from top
on
to
left side
bottom.
also we will have the same structure.
Yeah, same. So 1 to 5, and then 6 to again.
Hmm.
Yeah, then again reverse manner, 5 to 1, like that.
Yeah, I will try. Then equal to I see if this will be for the row. I is less than equal till 5, and this will start for I. Okay, this less than equal to. Okay, now here we should need equal to 1 and less than equal to I. This will print the structure, okay? Plus plus for left hand side. I don't know, sir.
Mhm.
For left partner. Mm,
Okay, no worries. So let me just share my screen and I
yeah.
can showcase it to you.
For right part, is it correct?
Mm, yeah, it is partially correct. Are you able to see my screen?
1 second checking.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me stop sharing your screen and then you would be able to see my
I
screen.
will stop. Yeah, I've stopped.
Now, are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. This is
See, this is,
diamond. Yeah.
yeah, this is the output that we are looking for. First,
Mm-hmm.
this is the diamond, right? In this manner,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now, I'll show you the program. Mm, yeah. Now, is it visible, the program?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now we will go with the logic only. Okay. Now this diamond pattern that we just saw was with the two end rows. Okay. So what
Mm.
we will do is we will have two loops. One will be the parent loop, like for how many
Or rose.
rows. Absolutely. Yeah, correct. Then again we have to repeat in the reverse order, right? So one will be the parent loop and there will be two for loops. Okay, one is for initially spacing
Yeah.
and before star printing.
Mm-hmm.
So every time whenever those star will come, there will be a spacing. So those
Yeah.
things. And then one loop is for I plus one star. So we have used a variable I over here, for example, right? Then in the reverse order also, we will print in the same manner with one parent loop and two internal loops.
Yes, understood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then how many rows you want to take for those stars. So
Means
accordingly,
we are just
first
taking
stop,
with parameter.
yeah,
Mm.
and then reverse. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah. Understood.
Okay. Now consider a scenario where you had checked in your code, right? But somehow the other person who is working in your team is getting conflict. So how will you resolve it?
Uh, means in Git means I have pushed the code and like
Mhm.
while he's running my code, he's getting some issue.
Yes, yes, he's getting some merge conflict or he's not able to run the code. There are some errors in his code. All of a sudden, when as soon as you have checked in your code, right? So how will you
Mm-hmm.
resolve that conflict? Hmm.
Yeah. So first thing maybe like complete code has been not been pushed up means not been pushed up correctly,
Hmm.
and second issue maybe like environment issue like whichever version he's using like
Hmm.
Java version
Hmm.
means like by running na. So that can also be an issue,
Hmm.
and third issue maybe OS version which he's using, like if he's running in Mac and I'm using Windows machine, so that could also be an issue.
Hmm.
And browser version also means I'm using Chrome some different version and he's running the same test in different Chrome version, that could be an issue like WebDriver because of that WebDriver na?
So consider you are using WebDriver Manager in your framework, right?
Hmm.
Hmm. But still he is getting some conflict due to your code. So how will you resolve that conflict?
First we need to check each and every line why he's getting that error,
Hmm. Hmm.
means kind of issue it is.
Hmm.
Then we can like according to that we can fix is it because of code like or because of any version issue, like according to that we can check.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So you will be collaborating with
uh,
him or her, and then you will be
hmm,
seeing where
with
actually
the
in which line or
hmm,
in which particular method or in which class that
hmm,
conflict is coming.
yeah,
Maybe he also would have worked on the same
maybe
method.
yeah some packages has not been installed because of that, like we can get that issue
Hmm.
means
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Now, what do you know about git rebase command?
Rebase,
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay. So let this be an
Rebase.
open question. Yeah, no worries. So let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. What is git rebase command and what is the significance of having that command? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, which are the various exceptions that you have faced in Selenium and how do you resolve them?
Yeah. On starting, like I face many kind of exception. Like no such element exception, no such frame exception, no such window exception. Element is not clickable at a certain point, and stale element reference exception. Yeah, many exception. I face WebDriver exception. So I will start with stale element exception. So the thing is that like we are loading one website, and in that we have one web element. So if that web element after loading, it is not means our web driver is not able to interact with that web element. So at that point we can get the still element exception for the resolution. So what I found out that we can like first load the website, then we can like refresh the page. That can also help. And one more thing, when I was running my test script, so I was not maximizing that window. So because of that, I was even like facing that same kind of issue. So after that, I have opened that window, cleared the cookies, and I have maximized the window. Then that issue got resolved. And third more thing, we can use action class like action dot move to element. Then we'll be going to move to that web element, and we're going to click on that. So that can be help. And we can use even like a hard explicit way to resolve this issue. Yeah.
So you were mentioning about explicit wait. So what is the difference between implicit and explicit wait?
Yeah, implicit weight is a global weight, and it is applied to all web element. Means it is not for separate web element. And explicit weight is a kind of weight which will be applied only to a separate web element. If there we can use in a certain condition if a web element is appearing after some time, if we are loading the page and it's loading after 2 3 seconds, so we at that time we can use that web element means explicit way. And if we have one web element and it is behind that drop down, so we can like use conditions like invisibility of that drop down means storing that in a web element. And with that, yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Now consider you are being asked to test LinkedIn application, right? LinkedIn you are aware about,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah. So which are the high level test scenarios that you will perform to test LinkedIn application?
LinkedIn application
Mm.
means you have to test it. So means test cases so first we have to like open the browser, means we have to check in which browser we can open, which all browser we can open the LinkedIn application, like is it working in Chrome, Firefox, Mozilla Firefox and Edge browser. We can check that in a Windows application, we can check that in a Mac, Linux. So this we can check, and it's according to a requirement.
Mm.
And the second thing, we can check that after opening the browser, entering the site, it is loading properly or not. All the logos and whichever kind of like things are proper in place or not.
Mhm.
Uh, can check the username, password with different permutation combination. We can check that entering wrong password, entering right password, like all those kind of 4 5 means permutation combination we can check. And after logging into application, we have to think after logging into application we have home page. So in home page we can check all the whichever person is posting is getting whichever person is posting we can able to see or not. Like and we can check on messages, like if we are sending to any other person, we are sending message to any other person, so he is able to receive it properly or not. And when he send us in return, so we are able to see properly or not. We can check bolds of the font. And we can able to post anything in LinkedIn means post video, image, post, text, anything we can able to post or anything or not. We can able to send any one request or not. And we can there are also job section as of now means nowadays, so we can apply jobs in LinkedIn or not. And yeah, that I remember as of now.
Okay, great. Now I'll show you one code. Okay. Now consider this code has been written by one of your team member, right? Now he or she has left the organization. Okay. Or maybe
Okay.
they have moved to another team. Are you able to see the code?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Now, this is a simple class, internet service provider. In this, they have written a program with respect to charges, what would be uh, applied based on the number of hours the internet would be used. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, there are, so as you can see, charges are there. Those are involved in various parameters are also there, right? And there is also an extra fees that would have been charged if someone is using internet exceeding the entire limit. Okay. Okay. Now, the question is, see, over here, there are many if conditions kept over here. If, else, if, right? Choice is equal to A,
Yes.
hours is less than 10, hours is greater than 10. If choice is equal to B, hours is less than equal to 20, right? So based on less than 10 hours, then between 10 to 20 hours, more than 20 hours, the internet charges will be applied, right? The fees will be applied. Now,
Okay.
yeah, now this code is coming to you now. Now you have to maintain this particular code. Do you see any problems with this code?
Yes, comments are not here, means in code. One of the thing.
Hmm. Right, no comments are there. Good observation.
Yes.
Hmm. What else?
Can you move up?
Hmm.
Top.
Hmm.
Means whoever has created this code na here means means in a project what we are doing like when we are like creating any test script na so before that class we are like writing means on which date it is created, who has created this date, and when we have modified this matlab test script, and what is the purpose like description of this, so that is also missing here. Okay,
Hmm.
correct now?
Yes, yes, correct, correct. You're going in the right direction. What else?
I have to even check the code. Is it right or wrong?
Uh, yeah, you can focus on this particular code. If, else, if. See, there are too many if conditions.
Yes. So we can use switch statement here. Means if possible,
Mm-hmm.
if choice is equal to A, if
Are you sure that switch statement will be
yes, I'm just checking.
yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Else if no, if I'm finding see if choice is equal to A, if RS is less than M. Why we are using if two times like here if choice is equal to A, RS is less than and that is correct. Else if choice is equal to A and if RS is equal to greater than A, so no print extra fees. We can use like see if choice is equal to A. Okay, on first line. Below that we can we are using else if below that. So if choice is equal to A, we can use two if statement there na. Like we are writing separately. Understood? You have understood this? I can't mark na.
Hmm.
See on 35th line, if
So
choice is equal to A,
so you were
then
mentioning about
uh,
merging two if conditions
we can
related
reduce
to.
this code means we can reduce the some lines of code
Hmm. Hmm.
that we can like add description why this variable, what is the need of this variable, means extra fees means what, means which kind of things, and which loop is means Yeah, that is only issue I found.
No, no. So you mentioned it right. See, you could have gone for switch case over here. Case A,
Mhm.
case B, and case C. Right? That would have been much easier. And the lines
Mhm.
of code would also have been reduced. See, I was
Mhm.
just looking for this kind of answer, but I think you gave up to 70-80%, you came up with switch case, right? It was just then this kind of
Um,
conditional
I
based.
was thinking like we won't be having any code incorrect now, so because of that.
Yes, and rest of the observations also, like no comments, no description about the author,
Template,
right? Those all
no
things are also
template,
missing.
yeah.
Right. Okay, great. Okay, can you give me an example of a defect which has been found via automation script that you have created? Any good defect that it has been found via automation script?
I haven't found, but I will like think what could be the like.
Yeah,
Can you repeat the question?
sure. So any defect that you have found using the automation script that you have created, or you are working in the automation team, right? So there would be some
Yes, yes.
defects that would have been found when you are running your automation scripts. So can you explain one of the defect that you have found?
Means whichever I am finding and reporting, they are saying like these are the data issues. Means I haven't found any major issue till.
Okay. So in a real-time interview, if this question is asked to you, then
Mm,
you have to try to identify
yeah.
and give some answer about the defect.
What can I give? Means as of now I haven't found. So what could be means
Hmm.
answer?
So, okay. So let's say if you haven't found, right? But
Mm,
it might happen that whenever you are running your automation script and there is some scenario which might be not tested from the manual team side, or it has been recently that feature has been introduced, and then that
mm,
feature, the save button is not working. Immediately, you just triggered your automation without doing manual testing. So that those are one of the defects that are found by automation scripts. Now
mhm,
coming to the another defects. Let's say manual team has tested everything is been stable and it is in production, right? You are running your automated test in the testing environment. Okay, now what happens is there is a regression issue which got introduced, but manual testing team was busy with the new upcoming features, but the regression
okay.
issue was caught by the automation because the scripts were running over the night, right? So these kind of things you can tell,
Okay.
right? Okay. Okay, Ankit, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. What are the key points like can I improve? Which I can improve?
Okay. So first of all, about the Java programming questions, there can be a question about diamond pattern. There can be a question on star pattern. Any Java related questions definitely would be asked to you. Second
Okay.
thing is, as we were looking into that piece of code and you were mentioning it very rightly, you are going in the right direction. So you have to be confident, right? That,
Okay.
okay, see, this is how we will be reducing the lines of the code as you are doing code review, right? Whenever you
Code
are doing
review.
code review, right, you are identifying what best piece of code can be written instead of that particular thing, right? So those things you have to work on. Rest all I think was good. You were confident enough. You were able to answer most of the questions.
And sir, what things can I improve on my resume? Like, I mean, I'm applying 50, 60 companies, but means my resume is even not getting shortlisted.
Hmm.
So, you find anything like which can be improved in my resume?
So I think
I
resume
need to
looks good.
add more on Selenium side, na?
Hmm.
Means I haven't mentioned much on Selenium. So that is demanding means nowadays.
Yeah, so I think Selenium you have mentioned in the skill set, also in the experience you have mentioned. But what I was surprised is when I asked you question on DevOps or Jenkins, so you told that it will be coming from the client end and that's how you would be implementing it. So rather than that,
Mm.
you can, if you have good knowledge, if you have good at least theoretical knowledge, then you can tell, okay, yes, theoretical, I'm aware how the automation would be triggered, but practically, I haven't got that opportunity as of now, right?
Yes.
Because I was happy to see Jenkins in your resume. So I came up with a question like, how do you run your automation? How do you trigger your automation? But then you told you are running from the local machine, which is if you are doing something unit testing, if you are doing some piece of code that you have developed and you just want to run and check if you have developed in the right direction, so that is fine. But going forward, it should be handled by DevOps.
Means if I tell them I am working, means I am triggering my script to Jenkins.
Hmm.
So one to a question I can answer, but means all of them I can't answer na.
So
So that's why I told it clearly.
yeah, but
Yeah.
then in your resume, in the skills, it has been mentioned that you are aware about that. So if you get some questions, so
Basic
you can
knowledge. Yeah.
explain to what extent you have worked in that particular skill set, in that particular technology. Let's say 30%, 40%. You might not be having total 100% expertise. You might not be knowing end to end, but yes, at least something you know. Something is better than nothing, right? Something you know, you are not
Yes.
totally unaware about those particular terms or tools or technology, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how you can answer it in the interview,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Ankit. Thank you so much and wish you all the
Yeah.
best for your career.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.